Okay, so let's get right into it. You've probably dropped some serious cash on a booth at a big trade show. The problem? Well, so has everybody else. Today, we're going to break down how you find the right freelance designer, the kind that makes sure your investment actually pays off and turns that chaotic event hall into your brand's main stage.
I mean, just picture it, right? You're in a sea of competitors, all fighting for the exact same attention. If you don't have a really strong visual game, you just become background noise. Your message, your product, your whole brand, just gone, lost in the shuffle. And for any business, that's a huge, huge gamble.
And look, this solution isn't just, making your logo bigger or using brighter colors. It's about strategic, professional design from someone who gets the challenges of a physical event space. We're talking about design that doesn't just look pretty on a computer screen, but literally grabs someone's attention from across the room and pulls them in. So to make this super practical, we're going to walk through a real-world example. Now, this isn't a plug for this person. Think of it more like we're dissecting a blueprint. We're going to use this profile as a template to pinpoint the exact signals, the services, and all the green flags you should be looking for when you go to hire any creative for your event. All right, first things first. You can't just go out and hire a generic graphic designer. Events are a totally different beast. You need a specialist. Your number one job is to find someone whose skills are laser-focused on the physical, tangible world of event marketing. Boom. Look at that statement. That right there is the kind of clarity you are searching for. When a freelancer leads with something like this, it is a massive green flag. They're not just saying, "Oh, I design things." They're saying, "I solve your specific problem." That shows they get your goal right from the get-go. So, this is the kind of title you should be looking for. An event design specialist, well, they live and breathe this stuff. They're obsessed with large format graphics. They're thinking about how a banner looks from 50 feet away, or how a branded tent can draw people in. They know how all these physical pieces need to work together to create one powerful, can't-miss brand experience. Okay, so you think you found a specialist. Awesome. But now we got to pop the hood. The next step is to really dig into their profile and make sure they have the specific skills you actually need to get the job done right. Vague promises are worthless here. You want to see a concrete, specific menu of services, just like this. When a designer lists out the exact things you need, the roll-up banners, the tents, the backdrops, it's proof they've actually done this before. They're not just going to be figuring it out on your project, on your dime. And I love this. A chart like this is a fantastic at-a-glance summary of their confidence and their strengths. You can see in like 2 seconds that their core expertise is perfectly aligned with trade show stuff. It tells you exactly where they focus their A-game. Now, I know this list might seem a little technical, a little in the weeds, but trust me, it's absolutely crucial. Seeing industry standard software like the Adobe suite confirms they have the professional tools to create those high-res, print-ready files. It's a simple but totally non-negotiable check for legitimacy. Finding someone with the right skills, that's only half the battle. Now you got to figure out what it's actually like to work with them. A really great freelancer makes the whole process clear, collaborative, and honestly stress-free. So let's look for the signs of a smooth process. All right, this one is huge. This might be one of the most important questions you ask before you sign anything. Why? Because the revision policy tells you everything about their commitment to getting it right. It's where a project becomes either a dream or a total nightmare. And the answer you are hoping to hear is a big, clear yes. Unlimited Revisions tells you the designer is focused on you being happy, not just on closing out the project. It shows they're a true partner in this, and they're willing to tweak and refine until that design is absolutely perfect for your brand. Okay, here's another potential landmine. You can have the most beautiful design in the world, but if it's not technically correct for the print shop, well, it's basically useless. This question tackles that critical final handoff, and a good freelancer will have a very confident answer. This is what you want to hear. A pro event designer knows all about bleed, color modes, resolution, all that technical jargon. When they guarantee print-ready files, it means they're taking that headache off your plate. You can just send the files to your printer with total confidence and avoid those costly mistakes and delays. It's also a great sign when they're clear about what they need from you. A straightforward list like this makes the whole project feel so much more manageable. It tells you exactly what homework you need to do up front, and that saves so much back and forth later on. And finally, you need to know what you're actually getting at the end of all this. You should always expect to get both the final print-ready files
and the editable source files. Those source files are incredibly valuable because they mean you or any other designer can make tweaks down the road. It means you truly own the design.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. So let's boil it all down into a final actionable checklist you can use to size up any freelance designer you're thinking about for your next big event. All right, here it is, your cheat sheet. First, do they have that genuine professional event design expertise? Do they offer a free mock-up so you can see their ideas first? Do they provide those unlimited revisions we talked about? Can they guarantee the files will be print ready? What about fast delivery options? And a great bonus, do they offer any support after the project's done? If you can check all or at least most of these boxes, you've probably found a winner.
So the next time you're planning an event, don't just think about the logistics and the travel. Plan to make a real impact, because hiring the right designer isn't just another expense on a spreadsheet. It's an investment in being seen, in being remembered, and ultimately it's an investment in growing your business.